Hello, everyone. I'm Sioni. I'm a senior here. I'm from Tanzania.
I'm Valerie. I'm a freshman. I come from Colombia.
I'm Apurva. I'm from Nepal and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Kate. I'm from Shanghai. I'm a junior. What inspired you to look into the U.S. higher education institutions?
I was going to school throughout my entire life in Tanzania. I wanted to look into schools in the US just to see what it's like.
Liberal arts education, that was actually the reason I applied to the US. And when I talked to people in the US, what I really saw was learning wasn't about grades, it was about values that comes with learning.
Liberal arts education really pushed me to broaden my eyesight.
It just gives you opportunity to be able to explore, to question, to get different skills, not only like academic ones, but leadership, communication, etc.
So I think liberal arts college gave you an opportunity to explore the true me.
Liberal arts schools are usually smaller than regular universities. When you're not in the class, someone actually knows that you're not in the class. Versus going to a class that's 150, you can feel the sense of belonging and not just feel like you're a number.
What I like the most is the opportunity to meet people from different backgrounds, places, and religion.
I think that's the crux of liberal arts education, is that it's not about just one area, it's not about just the classroom, it's about so much more than the classroom, it's about who you are, it's about how you live your life, and just that aspect of education that's so holistic that you don't really get that.
Hello everyone and welcome to our last session for December. We are here with an interesting webinar again related to your graduate studies. So all those who are now in the preparation phase of their graduate application or they are in their research phase, we are doing today another interesting webinar related to LLM program. As you remember, we did one more at the beginning of this month. So it was with University of Nevada regarding LLM programs. So you can see more theory there, and today we'll have some practical tips from a student. But first of all, I would just like to say once more that Education USA Virtual is here to help you with useful information related to your application process. We are here to offer you interesting webinars that are on topics that are useful for you and for your application package. And in case if you are requiring our assistance, you can go on our website and look for your nearest Education USA centers. Our Education USA advisors are very happy to help you and to assist you in your preparation process. And as I said, today we have Andrei Mogilny from Ukraine, and he will share with us his success story, getting as an international LLM graduate student as USC Gold. So I would just like to give him the floor so he maybe can introduce himself, and then we will just have a Q&A session and we will answer one of the most popular questions that can be asked to an international student that will get an LLM. Thank you, Andrei, very much for being today with us and for sharing your story. I would be happy to hear, and I think everyone would be happy to have more introduction from you. So if you can just say what is the program that you are taking currently and where are you located?
Thank you, Alina. My name is Andrei, as you mentioned, and hi everyone. Actually, I'm from Ukraine, and I finished at Shevchenko University at the law program, bachelor program in 2021. And hopefully with Education USA, I participated now in USC Good School in this year. And it's this LM program, 1 year. Firstly, why I choose it at Shevchenko University, it actually is most well known and oldest university, particularly in Newark in the field of law. Choosing this university was a natural decision because it's really good, prestigious, and it's quality of faculty and who's practicing lawyer. This practice experience is essential for any profession, especially for my program, like legal profession. But this time, when I completed bachelor degree in Taras Shevchenko University, frankly speaking, I had already to set my sights at pursuing master degree abroad, And this ambition was driven by my desire for more globalized legal education and better opportunities for professional development. While considering universities in both in Europe and USA, I ultimately decided on the USA. Also, the course education in the USA, frankly, yeah, it can be high, but benefits far outweigh the expense. And American University Armand was the best in the world. It's well known and offering student access to fundamental, modern, and practical legal training that directly applicable for professional work. And another decisive factor was the opportunity to qualify for legal practice exams. That very special for USA because it's in California and other states really difficult to pass bar examination and for preparation. Actually, this university, yeah, really good tool. And uh, I think it's also strong academic fundamental background and pathway to legal bar examination, as I mentioned before. It's making some ideal choice for advancing my career.
Thank you so much, Andre. I think you've already answered the question that I was supposed to give to you, but I think it's a good thing that you started with that. I just wanted to ask you. So obviously that was a scholarship. So it was a scholarship that you've got the LLM program. If you can just say more about how was your application process and how was your research process? How did you decide specifically on USC Gold, or it was from the options that you've had? And how was the preparation? How was the test? How was the preparation overall?
Yeah, Lena. Yeah, I frankly speaking, I first chose it other universities, and it's like I looking for abroad to USA. But yeah, my this decision was based first time it's for scholarship of course because finance education especially in legal area is very expensive and firstly I was admitted and give an opportunity to study at Miami University at the time, and they offered me half scholarship and but at the same time I applied to different universities. It was USC good school the same, and they offered me better balance in scholarship, and it was also much better in ranking this university, and very good versatile background this university because it's big research university and location that for me was really big matter. And yeah, I chose this university because it's they really better to communicate with me, and I think yeah, that's why I'm now studies at this university.
Okay, and how was the preparation for the test? So were
Yeah,
they requiring the English proficiency test or some maybe other optional tests that they have
mhm.
required?
Yeah, I prepare yeah, I think I started one maybe 2 years before this studies because it's a lot of need preparation for motivation letter, especially recommendation letters. As you know, it's not usual for our university in Ukraine, and it will was really challenge is about this because sometimes professors or lecturers don't know about that and really don't participate with you with this. Yeah, I had a lot of job with that, and actually it's really helpful from Education USA is because it's I studied at the time a lot of outsource information and consult with advisors and other students who wanted to study abroad. And yeah, I here think research what university requirements, who admission team, and how to prepare for this because it's university in US. It's different system for admission and requirements for international students especially.
Okay. And did you have to take what type of standardized test for the English proficiency test you chose?
It was the time I prepared for IELTS and TOEFL, but the time was like, it's COVID and quite difficult to participate any exam or in person. And I firstly it's best, I think, Duolingo, if I not remember. Yeah, Duolingo. That was exams that I participated. For LLM program specifically, you don't need any more exams like GPT or like LSAC. It's actually for JD students mostly, and it's for me maybe it's a little bit helpful because I don't need more exams before start the school, except English requirements.
Okay, perfect. That's good to know for our students. It was one of the questions that we are very frequently having asked about from our students. What are the English proficiency tests that are required, specifically when you are doing a postgraduate degree?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've mentioned already the Education USA team from Ukraine, and how maybe if you can tell us more on specifically how they helped you with in what phase, because we know there are 5 steps that we have to consider when you are doing your application for studies in the US. And you already, I think, mentioned that they help you in their research. Maybe some more steps that they made you to consider and to analyze in details.
Yeah, Lenny, you're right. It's actually they helped me a lot of with preparation for motivational letters, CV, finance planning, communication with academic professors and prospective universities, interacted with international students, and really good experience how to prepare together, because we work with different students at the time, and they give real practical knowledge how to prepare finance, how to prepare application for this university, how to find information exactly for about departments, because it's, you say it's a lot of universities, it's really difficult to find something what you need exactly. And yeah, actually competitive college club, it was really my maybe one of the best solutions at the time for to prepare for apply for universities.
Awesome. We know already that competitive college club normally is designed for those who want to apply for their bachelor degree. But in your case, you said that you were interested before for a bachelor degree, but then you have took the LLM program. Okay. And when transitioning to studying in the US, what were the challenges that you faced?
Maybe it's challenging. It's international environment. I think it's uh, first time it was difficult because it's totally different environment for studies. It's international students, and maybe one was the most significant challenge I encouraged this time was adopted to rigorous academic schedule, because it's compared to my Ukrainian schedule, it was really like chill and comfort. But this universities was tough schedule and incredibly intensive program, requirement students to absorb a large volume of reading materials, including textbooks, some case studies, and academic essay. I think it really was difficult and challenging for me. And but I know I think it's good because when I apply, I already know this will be difficult, and I already have a lot of stories about how this process is going on. And frankly, academic education in USA have good opportunity to give you this information before, and I think yeah, it helped me.
Okay, good, perfect. So you were already prepared and mentally and physically for all these challenges that
Yeah,
you are facing.
but fact it's partly, yeah, maybe not so one time.
Yeah, and the thing is that you will get used with the time. We know that the students they get overwhelmed when they would get to the campus, but it's a good thing that you have advisors, you have counselors that can assist you during the process. So yeah,
Yeah,
um, it's gonna be fine in the end. Anyway, you will get used with the time.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
And how did your law studies influence your approach to legal education and practice in the US compared to the one that you had in the Ukraine? What are the main difference you'd say maybe?
I think, yeah, main difference is a little bit different approach how to studies this and how interact with professors, because in Ukraine and especially maybe it's other countries in uh, this little bit classic system when you participated with professor on distance, and it's quite difficult to communicate in one level, and really hard to be like interact with every day, because in USA your studies it's looks like working on a real job, because you have professor like colleague. You all the time ask it if something you need, or and participation in lectures is looks like volunteering sometimes, because you not have like obligatory to participation and actively participation. I mean, it's, yeah, you need to be participate in lecture, but at the same time you have a lot of freedom. You can escape this lecture, but at the same time you need to just ask maybe professors what you need exactly about this field of studies, and it's really good insight, and maybe it's different from my Ukrainian universities, because it's more apply for legal practical skills and real world. Because university in Ukraine it's a little bit study. Sometimes it's old materials, and it's not really relevant to current situation of market.
Those are great tips. Thank you so much. And what areas of law are you most interested in? And how does the LLM program at USC align with your long career goals?
Uh,
Because I think you already mentioned some of them, but maybe if you can just add a bit more here.
Yeah, you're right. Now I thinking about intellectual property law, and develop my expertise with this field, because it's quite new area, and previous my university don't give me this opportunity to study this program, but in especially in Los Angeles, California, it's really broad field, and you can participate it with practical professionals in this area. Especially in my course now, it's professor from Warner Brothers companies and music industries, and you can just take this knowledge like on time. And yeah, now I think it's intellectual property law. It's for this semester. I think it's my goal, but who knows what happens next semester. Yeah.
Okay, I totally agree. Good luck. And considering the fact that you are an Ukrainian student, how did you find yourself in that background? So how is life as an international Ukrainian student specifically there? Maybe some activities that you are doing out of campus, or what other students have to consider when they would take an LLM, for example, at USC Gold. If you can just
Yeah,
give us some tips.
I mean, yes, it's it's maybe more advantage of big universities, but what you have a lot of student organizations, you have a lot of large of opportunity for participation in any activity, sport, some social culture activities, studies activities, because it's a lot. Maybe I don't remember, but a lot of student organizations, and we have like law student society, some I don't know, some environmental and different areas, some dance and etc. And unfortunately, I think Ukrainian not so much impact in these organizations, but I hope in the future will be more proactively students. But at the same time, in my university now studies in especially LLM program, one from Ukraine, and I try to communicate with everybody and know how they participated in these classes and what they know about other side of universities. But it's quite difficult be also in social life because it's a lot of studies and sometimes you just sitting and about prepare for next exam or next lecture.
That was actually my next question. So considering that you are now having the finals and you have already said that you are waiting for some results, if you can just share with our audience how your daily life would look like, and how long would take the classes per day, and when are the time for the finals? What would they need to consider when they would have this LLM program?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a program. It's like looks like sometimes like MBA program because you have a lot of opportunity for freedom and to choose exactly what subject you want because it really give you opportunity to select your academic schedule for studies and participate on lecture what you really want. And I actually don't have full a week of studies. I just participated maybe 3 days actively to university, but at the same time, I have more free studies at libraries at home and going my some social activities. But I like it this because you more enjoy for studies what you want and participated in particular your academic learning what you really need for my example it's I want to prepare for bar examination in California, and I try to take these courses what I really need for this exam. And it's really good because comparing to Ukraine, I have a broad subject, but sometimes it's not necessary for my future career, and I just spent maybe waste sometimes time this time.
Okay, good. That's good to know. And I think one of the last questions that I would have for you is looking back now on your academic journey so far, what advice would you give the students that are now considering studying law in the United States?
I think it's my advice to be prepared not just for entering and admission to university, but preparing for whole time of studies because it's really maybe 10% difficulty to apply and will be admitted, but more difficult to participate during this program because it's really difficult and tough academic schedule, like I mentioned before, and really difficult to pass exams because it's a really different system and it's international environment. I think it's quite difficult when you just pass exams for English exams, but in the real academic world, it's really difficult to participate in academic process, especially for international students. I know this, and
Okay.
it's prepared for all
I
academic.
totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. And I just want to mention here once again that Education USA in your countries can help you with your application package. And we always encourage our students that it's better to prepare in advance. We know that the idea might come instantly in your head that you want to study in the US, like for example, and to apply next year. But without a good preparation, unfortunately, it's not going to be possible to reach your goal maybe instantly, depending on your English level and depending on everything that is already prepared at this moment, let's say the letters of recommendation or anything from your application package. But the advisor can help you and they would just give their advice on where you need to pay more attention, where you need to focus your attention, and when you need to start, for example, to prepare for your English proficiency test. And as we have said, I already have said in some previous webinars that from next year, we will launch our graduate cohort that is going to be regionally. So stay tuned for more events, for more tips, and for more information on that. I think it's going to be very useful to those who are specifically interested to apply for their postgraduate degree in the United States. So they would be interested to participate in these sessions. Okay, so a question that we've got from one of our by the registration link that the students have access to. So one of the question, and I think that's also applicable. It was also interesting for me to know, how did you find the housing? Because for postgraduate students, for those who want to take a graduate degree in the United States, for them it's kind of more difficult to get a house, or they would have to do that themselves. If you can just say how it was in your case, how was the process?
Yeah, it's really good questions about, especially a housing, because it's Los Angeles. It's very difficult with housing. It's like, and maybe it's really that's why I choose this university, because this university, I think, one of the maybe several universities that give you housing on the campus, and actually you escape it from this problem with finding himself housing, and they provided actually you opportunities to live in a dormitory. And they have a lot of different types and options, because somebody for example, I'm only single, but other students with families, and they provided more apartment for families, for example, and you have different options for. I think it's a really good opportunity if you want to study like these big universities, because I know small schools, law schools don't provide it housing, and you need to find some yourselves this housing. It's really challenge, because it's Los Angeles, especially where I now studies. It's really problem now with housing and finding something, especially if your university located in like my downtown Los Angeles. It's quite difficult participated on lectures, because it's traffic jams and etc. That's why USC really give you good opportunity to escape these problems.
That's great if they have these opportunities. We know that many university wouldn't have that, so you guys have to talk with them, to agree with them on the terms that are related to housing. Maybe yes, they can also give you some useful links on where to find more cheap housings. And especially if you're coming with your family, yes, it's kind of getting more difficult. So you have to consider every detail from this. Good. Thank you so much for answering also this one, Andre. I really appreciate that. One from me that I would just want to add here, one more question. So as you are now having your LLM program that is lasting just 1 year, what are your plans for next year? Would you extend? Would you take an OPT? Because we know that LLM students also have this opportunity. Are you considering that or not yet?
Frankly, I'm not yet considering this, but yeah, maybe in future I will consider, because it's really nice to continue these studies and to be prepared for, especially for bar examination in California. It's the toughest, and I don't know how will I pass this year, next year or no. And actually it depends from studies also. For preparation, but I wanted maybe to pass this exam successfully and finish my academic journey.
That totally makes sense. We wish you good luck. Thank you so much for sharing this interesting and useful tips. Thank you to those who watched us today. We hope that all the questions and all the tips that came from Andre today were useful to you. If you have some more of them, please leave them here in the comment section. We'll answer them afterwards, or you also can find our email address on our website, and you can address that there. Andre, thank you once more. I wish you good luck.
So,
good luck with your exam, and good luck with your LLM program. And you guys stay tuned for our future events for January. We will post our agenda closer to the end of the month. And we wish you great holidays. Thank you so much for being this year with us. We really appreciate your interest. Please subscribe. Please stay tuned for our future events and future posts. You have a great day.